Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Gupta series, in which now there's the three kingdoms of eastern India, in which consists of the Gupta kingdoms of Bihar and Bengal, while their mother still rules the Kamarupa kingdom, even though she is currently at war against one of the vassals of Bengal, which is led by Gopala II, who is a dangerous man, as he has gone insane, possessed, and he's infirm, which who knows how long he'll last. But one thing is for certain is that, I mean, I cannot assist my mother, although I could form an alliance due to, related to. Even though I have no claims over the, of that kingdom, but I'm in line to inherit, But it all depends on him, If he wishes to press it, and then I would, press it all myself. As I have the strong claim of Bengal, and it kind of makes me wonder, what happens if she passes? Does that mean, does that mean he gets a strong claim to that? As he's in line, well, he's in line to get it, but what about me? But after all, my father has retired, and he's gone over to Bengal, interestingly enough, instead of there. So what is my father doing in the court in Lakshmanavati? Perhaps he can be a tutor. But I don't know, because his health isn't always the best at him, and the fact that he's also a drunkard. But we can't know for certain. All I know is that we both became Maharajas of our respective realms. And if the case if there was an event of his death, then the mother gets inherit, not I. Which is strange, as I have a claim to it. But I don't want to press it right now because we gotta stabilize the realm first. So, put together the council here, which I'm sure most will be cooperative. You'll be the chancellor. I'm sure we'll get along. Good man. You will be the marshal. And the steward? Guess it'll be from the Cherry Raj. And plus scheme to make sure that there are no plots against me. Because we know there are plenty. Especially this man, who wants to kill my father. A few presents from leftovers, so we'll free them. Of course, my first ambition is to get married, because it's important to have a spouse. And we gotta empower that said spouse. And don't worry about the appalling intrigue. My intrigue is good enough, despite the fact that I am of a trusting kind. Just thinking in my head of what would be a good start. Most of the vassals are behind me, so that's good. War focus will just give me a few leadership traits if I can. Because I'm a trained fighter and I am a trained diplomat. I know how to find a way. So let's just go for war focus right now. And I think it would be best to utilize that war focus by joining the wheel of life and death. Only because the glory gain is very good. And plus, you could go bounty hunting if you need money. Now, which one of these areas is rather stable or destabilized for that matter? Chunar and Mathila are volatile provinces, so Chunar. Varanasi is also restless. We still have our domain overseer, which I'll ask him to plan on a mission. We'll provide you full political support, and we hope you can deal with that. And as a Hindu, I will choose a patron deity. See, to be exact. I mean, I'm a Shaivist. Normally I would go for this. Well, Marcel's already good enough, alright? That's what I was looking for, something for more stewardship. Ganga of the waters, she who purifies. Now, who is going to be... Well, I think I found one already. She's from the Alupa Raj. Tall, quick, shrewd. The combination of quick and shrewd makes her a genius, you know? Even though she's chaste, but... very good diplomacy, some stewardship, and plenty of intrigue. Make quite a pairing. She's already a winner in my eyes, but that's kind of premature, so keep looking if you saw someone better. Yeah, I kind of don't see it. I guess the first choice... strong and tall. Not as well skilled, and just the fact that she's depressed as well. Well, winner at first sight. Chandra Belalbe. It's a Kannada name, Kannadiga. So, she'll come momentarily. I'd also like to centralize that realm here, because I need to increase more, but everybody's undecided, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to request council support, and that's going to stir up some things. But wait till she comes, alright? First days. 2 commoners from the powerful local families recently wedded Kutsinagara. I grew my handsome, intelligent, virtuous youth, and a bride, a clever, gentle maiden, the two apparently as friends as children, and the match a perfect and blissful one. During the wedding, and to the amazement of all, clouds appeared in the shape of various good omens, and some claimed that they heard sounds and voices from heaven above, blessing this marriage. Already made 2 friends. Guess we became friends because, you know, he was kind of raised in Kamarupa. It's interesting news. Alright, she is here. Gotta get the money. Mission successful. Restless province removed. Sonic success. Now I'm gonna empower you. Empower the spouse. Gain foreign diplomacy because of her education. But management of land of coffers would do somewhat better. A little, but get the centralization up. It's undecided. So I'm gonna need all your help. to request council support from you, you, my empowered spouse, and the marshal. I think it's better to do that with unlanded characters. I was about to say, are you going to have a coronation ceremony? Because I don't want to start my coronation ceremony till I come to yours, so we can have respect. And after all, you're a Jain, and a brother at that. I will gladly attend. There you go. Now we have the centralization up. Just by one, but it could still be further improved upon in future. If we care about increasing the stewardship by any means. Of some of these artifacts that I have. Become the great. That sounds like an idea. But build war chests first. I don't plan on spending too much money. We'll have to use the local resources and other means. I mean, we have very good income. Infection finally got to him, didn't it? Yep. Ever since he lost that theology focus, I knew he wasn't long for this world. And you know, I don't need weapon training because my combat skills are already high enough. Yes, the Bengal coronation, not the Gupta coronation, because we're of the same dynasty. So, with the blessing of Sambhavanaf, I do hereby rightfully assume the crown of the Kingdom of Bengal. Too bad your father's not going to be around to see this, unfortunately. He would have loved to see you be coronated, and then me too. So I'm only come there because you are my brother. Too bad our mother won't be around because she's in the middle of fighting a war, but looks like she's going to be more in trouble because more of them and some from the Cherry Raj also join. Why don't you help, Mother? Oh, wait. Too fast. It was bound to happen. I drank a little too much at the coronation feast, and I ran to my host and argued over the Kingdom of Bengal, which they hold in, which believe rightfully belongs to me. Heated words were exchanged, so to the point where the guards had to politely separate the two of me. This is not my fault. He's furious of my behavior. Also, why am I wearing this military uniform at a coronation ceremony? Have some respect, will ya? Come in as you would, even though I'm not officially crowned yet. So yes, a fine event indeed. Well, we're rivals now. I could duel him right now, but no. It would go to my mother. But I have to say, a fine event indeed. So, that's what happens when you have a strong claim. When peasant leaders presented me with a petition to improve their life conditions, Katsinagar tried to refute their reasoning while starting to feel the embers so much just getting hotter. I did not agree with them. My vision started to darken and let all my wrath escape in a tirade of insults that sent everyone in the room back. Patience is for the weak. This is what happens when you have that brothel trait. How much is it for ceremony? Oh, that's a lot. Plus, my father did not repay those loans during the time of his death. Now it's my turn. Yes, you had a Jain coronation, now it's time for a Hindu coronation. How we do it around here. Who's that? Don't you dare. Now, with the blessing of Brahma, do hereby rightfully assume the crown of the Gupta Kingdom. I've never been more proud. So, oh, you are attending the coronation ceremony. How awkward. The new granted will be two in Raja Kirasaga, which I assume that's you. No? Not you. Kirasaga. Neighbor? Who is Raja Kirasaga? Not title or region. The name of the man. Nam? Kirasaga. Raja. Ah, brother-in-law. Right. It's not a big festivities, I would add. The Madrasa of Fes, the Muslim ruler of Fes, has instituted a center of learning, model on the House of Wisdom in Baghdad. This will be a great attraction to scholars in that part of the world. Let's see where this goes. To a good host, Maharaja Chandrasen, long he may reign. Karyasaya of the Aluparaj stands delivers an eloquent toast in Maharaj Chandrasen's honor at the coronation feast, prompting a round of approving applause from those gathered. Many thanks. Now what do you say, brother? Or you say nothing at all and just leave it peace? Most of the coordination feast, Hemata Sen Vajramitrid acted normally, or as normal as one would expect him to be, perhaps. Then decided to place the wrong flag before him, that sent him off ranting and raving until finally the whole watch inside as he was escorted away. Can't say that I blame him. He's having fits of rage. Now, what do you say, brother? You did attend a coordination and attending, yes. I went to yours and you went to mine. And I know we're both ambitious. So let's just hope it does not escalate into something ugly. If you can keep them. Let's just hope so. Wait for the sword. To Kshatriya. Oh, I'm in a need for. This may sound like a stupid idea. Okay, let's be friends. I kind of want to, I mean, instead of inviting this character, of course, just take her as a concubine, even though she has lived for the sword and you cannot, you know. And then I will set her aside. Oh, what else? There. Since she's a Kshatriya, and the fact she lives for the sword, and therefore she's one of my commanders, only because she's a duelist. It's rare to see a female warrior at this time. Hope we clash steel together one day. Doesn't affect him, but he's gone into hiding. Bring the local forces from here. See what we can do. Yes? Half-sister. Actually, I have something in mind. Hang on. It's curiosity. Since the bloodline of the Pala still lives. Is it possible? He's 14, he could be married. Matrilineal. No? Too high in a line succession. One needs someone lower than that. Because I need a matrilineal marriage to get that bloodline. That's what I'm trying to do here. No? No. Political concerns. Well, we don't see each other eye to eye. I'll probably say no to that. Too high. Man, everybody's stand to inherit anything. Well, never mind then. It's not good for you to be hiding like this. And I wish I could help our mother, but we have to form an alliance for that. It's for cultural bonds. I'm very diplomatic, but since I'm a bit ruffled, so I may have to showcase my military prowess and might. It even says that a particular civil show of might. Because of my martial education and my diplomacy, high martial stat combination will do good. And what does? Your opinion of me is high because I am her child. Even though she's a bit cruel. Yeah, it should work. Because I want to stop that vassal of my brother's, which he seems to can't do anything. Let's get these raiders out of there. We'll catch him finally. Bastard. We'll catch him finally, or not. He figured a way out again. The deal is sealed. We'll ally with Mother. We got you this time. May the Lord guide my hard hand steel. Talking about Lord Shiva, of course. Your first combat experience. And I've become a respected commander already. Just for that action. Now how about you? Granted privileges. That just shows of your weak character. Mind if we join you? Because I cannot attack my vassals against Philip. What do you mean? Okay, we'll come in. Now it's official. Assemble all troops here. I'm drinking an excellently prepared herbal tea made using a horehound herb, said to help with digesting and breathing. What relaxing tea. She's not serving the army. I need a little more combat experience than this. You need a 500 karma in order to fight a subjugation war with somebody, likely down south. Since brother could not restrain his vassals. He's married to some. I don't know about you. She did become a mountain expert just for fighting against those raiders up there. Alright, you impressed me. Moving locked. Coming in. Many lessons in this battle aside the application of the theoretical tactics my mentors taught me as a boy. I learned to deftly isolate an opponent, take it to the front and bring all my focus and concentration spirit upon him. Then, within a few rounds of me to swiftly execute them, I'm proud of my clear progression to a greater warrior. More lessons to learn still. Chandrasen, you haphazard brute. The shout carries throughout the jungle. I'm fighting a close battle alongside my personal guards. In the distance, I see enemy reinforcements coming away. Listen, I begin my soldiers. You know what we have with that? They don't. Each other. Yeah, I don't think any of my predecessors ever have that. Not even him. So I'll be an inspiring leader. We better make a move against Bengal soon now that he has a concubine and a wife. If they even like each other. A little. Even though we could beat each other up in rivalry wars, but there's no need for that. Claim war is good enough. But keep in mind, even if I took the title from Bengal, he's still going to inherit the other one. Should something happen to Mother. And she's too old to remarry and have any more children of her own. More interesting thoughts. Nothing on the bounty board right now. She's weak right now. They could try to rebel against her. I want to raise the war chest to 700. So I'm not trying to rush it to get Bengal right now. Even though he's going to inherit that as well. So one would think I would be fighting my brother twice. I will send, eek. Can't spare my elephants, but I'll send soldiers out to spend the minimum if necessary. We're trying to build a war chest here. A wandering holy man is stopping by at our court today and is telling us stories of various phenomena he had encountered, as he is sometimes called on by people to resolve supernatural problems. For instance, he recently passed by a village in my domain and he had to throw an exorcise a mischievous ghost who made loud noises and threw around objects in a peasant's house. I'm already trusting, I'll just say fascinating. Some spirits are just troublesome as the living. By the way, what do you think of me? Think of me highly, of course. After all, I am the attractive one as much as I'm attracted to you. Council's no longer discontent. Still like Indranarayan cultists? Alright, which one of these old men that you ought to retire? As much as he's been good to us, but I think it's time for him to go. I'd like to request a peace deal. So a peace deal with China means more monthly prestige for us. Oh, this again. Huh. Keep that karma up. Remember, 500 for a future subjugation. And when you reach 700, declare war against Bengal. To get the whole kingdom to unite the realm. After perusing some old text bought by a savvy merchant, given my extensive culture and inquisitive mind, I could buy sodium in order to study and attempt to increase in area knowledge. What will I do? Stewardship's rather important these days, so I'll pick the management studies. This will last a couple of months, and hopefully it'll pay off well. A traveler from the east reaches my court along with his personal bodyguard. Reading from a scroll, he states that the great emperor Chand demands tribute of 1,000 heavily horses from my lands. Oh dear. How much? I'll just say your emperor has no power here. I'm trying to save up my money and I'm not going to spend it on you. Oh, it's another one of those conflicts. Now it's a rivalry war. Why are you screwing things up? My studies and training have taught me the general tactics of flanks and center, but I can hardly master everything. Outflanking the enemy is tried and true, as I have a habit of being on a flank. I'm an inspiring leader and a flanker. Yes, that's what I am. An inspiring flanker. Which can later be improved upon whenever I wish to rank up and go on warrior pilgrimages to see improved versions of it. Your insolence is not gone unnoticed. I will henceforth punish all travelers who are suspected of having visited your city. It's from the horses. Chinese embargo for 5 years? That's it? Okay. We'll use the wealth of the land then. Fine. Cousin. Oh my goodness. What have they done to it? Yeah, I'll gladly attend because I got nothing better to do. Get me a loyalist. This is the third coronation ceremony in this character's lifetime. We're getting there. Looking at the money still. Surprised you all tolerate me. Well, most of you. If you want to be on the council, too bad. You're not good at anything, inbred. Oh yeah, real bad person. Burn the apostate. For the karma. Mission complete. Now I'd like to become a skilled fighter. And to do that, we must fight a war. So I see. Really? You're bringing Mother into this? What have we got ourselves into? If Father was still around, I don't think he would have liked it. So he's been hearing good music lately. Plus, what's that artifact you got there? Iron Hand. He's had it for some time. Must have spent a fortune to get a hand like that. This is going to be an interesting conflict. And if Mother's out on the battlefield, I hope I don't kill her. I hope none of my commanders kill her. All I want to do is to take that throne of Bengal, unite the realm, and then we'll have to do something about, you know, Kamarupa. Have to do something about that. Knowing that he's going to inherit it, and I'm going to want that too. Just when you expect one thing, and then it leads to another. I mean, we are well rested. At least on the most part. It's not fully reinforced yet ever since it's been improved upon by the predecessor. Despite the Chinese embargo and the high taxes. And now that we have all this money, you know what's something they have invested on more? Hospital. Now let's begin. No duel to the death, because if I killed you, I become a kinslayer, and Mother would not look at me highly. Even though the Bengal title will go to her, and then subsequently it goes back to me. Correct? Oh, this may sound like a stupid idea. Stupid idea. And you know I'm second in line, right? For Kamarupa to fully unite the realm. And if he manages to defeat me in a duel, well, you have the respect of all the vassals, but you will be a kinslayer if you try to kill me. Want you to uphold your honor, Indranarayan. So I'll challenge you to a duel. You have an iron hand. And if you don't accept this duel, then there will be war between us. I will not kill you. This is for honor, alright? Killing you is not right because it would be kinslaying. Very well. Let's fight then. My eye hurts, but somehow doesn't seem as bad as what my opponent's suffering. I'm not done, Indranarayan says with gritted teeth. Then he lies back down on the ground, throwing his spear to the side. When I step closer, he sputters, No, I'm done, I yield. It was all worth it. I got wounded, got a black eye. He lost a leg, and he's severely injured. Now it's wartime. I mean, it's still gonna have to be this way anyway. He's got a headache, so further health deterioration and he might lose it all. So it's best to take advantage of this right now. And I'm wounded and I got a black eye, but I'll live. A hermit has lived in the wilderness in Mudgage for decades, engaging in meditation, prayer, and other spiritual practices. He was kind and always offered spiritual teachings for any who requested, though he refused all offerings of food, drink, and other luxuries. Now news arrives that he has passed away while meditating, and his corpse sits still upright and does not decay at all. Locals have begun to make pilgrimage to receive blessings from the hermit's presence. Most interesting development. How do you like that? Move that here. She has joined the battle, joined the war, and therefore the alliance is broken down. And he must be mad. His child was a daughter. Ha! But Bengal is still mine. This isn't the Kurukshetra war. No, because it would have to be larger than that. And it would involve all kinds of allies here, but the mother had to support the one who's in line instead of me. I wouldn't call her a traitor. I've honored her alliance, and this is how she repays me. Not gonna take it out on her. You wouldn't kill your mother, would you? What I have recovered from my wound, but that black eye will still remain. Now, how about you, brother? Oh, he's got gonorrhea. I don't think he's going to be around for long unless he gets a proper treatment. And that's going to prevent him from having more children. So now the case is really strong to get Bengal immediately. Gained one stewardship. Ignorance conquered. Let him gather. Is she gone? Yeah, the female commander went away. Well, anyway, so I know some of you aren't really good at this, but I'll be on the right flank. You can have this side. And since you are a respected commander, because you've been in a few battles yourself. So we'll attack now. Whatever you do, don't kill my brother. Nobody else. Not me, not any of my commanders. And if any of my commanders kill my brother, I will take it out on them. That'll be punishment. Otherwise, I'll never receive that claim. There he is, front and center. I will remember this battle in its finest detail till the end of my days. The supreme guided my sword into the hearts of the countless numbers of my foes, raising cheers and battle cries from my surrounding men as I cut the path through the enemy. My mastery of personal combat has come a long way. Here I'm not the only one to think so. I'm renowned as a skilled fighter. Yeah, why not? Even though you're chased, but take your time. Still going to be fighting the front line, despite the fact I still have a black eye. If you capture him, good, because he's a wounded man, and he has gonorrhea. So we better finish this war before the gonorrhea takes him. Distinguished now. I have to defeat my mother's army. Never thought I would say those words. Fighting against my mother's army, kingdom, whatever. Never occurred to me before. Already. Now I'm a renowned commander. And my reputation supersedes myself. that other volatile plant's got to take care of. This one's got nothing. Now go. We have a siege man over here. Yes. Wait. Come back. We're still allies, right? We're still going to be, no matter what, right? Who stole the artifact? Jan's sculpture. I don't think I ever appointed a treasury guard. Oh, that's on me. Took one of the territories. But he ain't giving up. Capture him if you must. Miles is looking at me in a new way lately, giggling whenever I talk to him. Lively things are not meant to be fighting. He seems to be infatuated with me. What's the matter with you? Homosexual? Yes, he is. How long have you been in this court? Well, in that case, it's thorough. In fact, what are you good? Well, you'll be the man of learning then, because of your high learning skill. This again, just in time. Still on the path of good common skills. Liberate the area, now go! Capture a few holdings and then we'll have them. Bengal will be ours. From Tibet, don't need it. Lost debate recently. She's out front line again. Now she's not. Someone shot her. You know, I'm in line to inherit it all if he dies. Who would want to kill her? Probably him. That's probably a likely culprit. He would not kill his own mother. But interesting, he's a tutor to somebody. That man would not, he would not kill his own mother. They were allies. We're gonna get Bengal regardless, but I may gain Kamarupa soon since he's also in bad health and in infection, so this may kill him. But with him of a martial education and a Dagobah Jain, anything could be possible, really. Skilled fighter and tall too. Very well. Get him. After Mother's funeral, I'm approached by her old friend Jaya Simha, who wants to speak to me. Apparently Mother wanted Jaya Simha to look after me, offer me his friendship and protection. Oh yeah, he's from back there. You know, you could be capable. Yeah. Let's be friends. Might bring you over here. You could be of some use to me. Offer you an invitation to court with prestige. He's likely gonna go for it. Now take the capital immediately while he's there. Wants to take revenge on me. No, you don't. Let's do this honorably. You were commander, but now you're going to be one of the new ones, serving under me. Because you could be of some use to us. See, even when we're rivals, we don't take revenge this way. Heard about the other races with one eyes, or three. They live at the far corners of the world in savage and barbaric lands. Why do we have two eyes, now that I think about it? Egads, a revolt! For Bengal. Not on my watch. They didn't capture him in battle. Remember, if he dies, I'm gonna get it all. I unite the realm, just as predicted. Take the leader and leave the rest alone. It's decision time. It's the end of the war. Listen. Oh, and also we gotta deal with those raiders there as well. Taking Bengal is enough. But if I were to execute him, I would be a kinslayer, and both of these titles go to me. And we know that being a kinslayer is not good. The vassals would lose respect for me. I mean, I do have that strong claim on the Kingdom of Kamarupa, too. And being a kinslayer makes a big jump at diplomacy, but the general opinion and the dynasty opinion is not going to look high on you. But just look at him. He's got an infection. And you know, with him being with gonorrhea, he could fall into insanity, potentially, later on. Hmm? Aha. Aha. Well, what do you know? That's where he must have got it from. You are a lech. Unfaithful. Are you gonna take it out on him? Acknowledged bastard. Ah. Now I feel less guilty about my brother because, apparently he is bad at heart. Oh, you what? Wish I had the money so we could end this war right now. We could just offer peace. So I could just take Bengal. And then later on, Kamarupa. Even though the health may fail him in future. Still doing a thinking in my head. I mean, nonetheless, he's gonna take care of those raiders. And plus, this is just to prevent them from retaking Bengal back and bringing it back to the palace. how long will that peace deal last? But the real question is, how long can he last? Yeah, it just ended. Don't want to be a kinslayer here. But now, these guys that won Bengal, good luck with that. And this is all he holds now. Although I am not the heir of Kamarupa. But one day, that land will be mine. Let's put a stop to him right now. I'm doing what I'm thinking is the right thing to do. Damn raiders. They'll ruin everything there. They want more of Kamarupa. Hard to find a loyalist, so. But if one of them wants to be in a council, so be it. This crap again. Okay, they just disappeared. Let's move out. If anything happens to my brother. Oh my, they took him to prison. He's defending against, so somebody else wants that kingdom from him. Basically, he's powerless. Say we can capture the leader, then we'll go. My wife suffered a miscarriage. Discerning and politely that I can learn a further wide array of subjects. I'll be more efficient to spend time each day taking lessons about the classical period from. I'll replace myself in a position of student. That is not good for my prestige. I'm willing to place the effort as I am a erudite and shrewd. This will work. Buddhist leaflets. Dungeon. Head to there. Now. As I said, he's likely powerless now. There's no way he can recover. He got his daughter back, but if he dies, then Kamarupa will be mine, no matter what. Would you mind being a court chaplain? Oh no, we already have a loyalist. You could be a potential physician when the old one dies, but there's plenty. You'll be fine. Release them all. Whoa. That's a lot of them. So we took some of their heirs prisoners, so that makes our jobs easier. Before me is endless expanse of grass and a sunset sky colored in pastel shades of rose and gold. A single tree is all there exists. I sit under the tree. The wind faintly whispers in my ear the singing of joys and sorrows of the ancients. It gently sways the tree, and the shells of branches leaves dance over my face. I wake up from the dream and feel at peace. Nuggets become restless. Just hurry up. 99% war score, and we shall have it. At least that was a defensive war. Sorry. Wish I could make it up to you. She wants Kamarupa. That's another daughter. Now they're gone into hiding. Very good improvements, he says. It's with enthusiasm and passion for learning that I spend my afternoons every day in order to improve my general knowledge by studying the classics. Someone says that my improvements are very good. Remarkable pupil. Subjugation gets who? Them? Fine by me. The Pajari. Quest count support, then you'll have it. Just more spouse empowerment to help me with the stewardship and all that. I was about to say, where did the Uyghurs moved in and they became giants? Oh, this isn't gonna help them. We better go get them. Move in. bounty hunter. Hang on. Driving these raiders out of there. It's been ages since I felt so invigorated by a battle. Every day our units moved us some connect by some unspoken bond, I exclaimed eagerly one night. Or a higher power of some kind. To saw you, my lord, one of my soldiers says with a look of genuine surprise on his face. This is a team effort, soldier. Now I'm a skilled tactician. It's textbook at this point. But once again, the main troops always get beaten. Doesn't help that the area has been recently raided. Is she really gonna try to subjugate the whole thing? He survived infection. But however, whenever the peace treaty expires between us, which will take a very long time, and Kamarupa will most definitely be mine. Unless something happens to him. Have you heard of flying rabbits of the far north? My servant asked me one day while we were conversing about various matters. Fascinating creatures. Do you think they're real? You're confusing them with the real creature known as the, As stated, there's a real good chance that he may lose it all. See that war score? They're moving up this way now. My brother's out there. Shepherd community in Cimarron, Florida can no longer sustain itself. That reminds me. Should do that. I'll look for another one. Oh, while I'm still young, should also compose a book. A martial themed book. If she takes it, then we'll most definitely declare war for it. My brother may still live to fight another day. Should ransom. There's money in that. Wait. Oh, you did took it. Expanding southward. A month ago I bought some baklava from the traveling baklava merchant. Today I wish I shared some of it with a visiting dignitary, but to the horror I realized the baklava was spoiled. Fortunately, it's too late. And the dignitary eats a few of these delicacies and began puking for a while afterwards. I'm so sorry. I'll buy fresher baklava next time. Where do you get baklava in India? From the Greeks? From them? They imported that cuisine over here? Oh my goodness, she's about to win. brother. I kind of feel sorry about you a little. No quit. Damn it, man. We have to gather together. Where? Oh, I guess that's probably them. No, over there. My council has grown increasingly concerned at the fact that the Maharani still provided me no children, despite two of them being healthy and able. Well, she had a miscarriage. Give her time. At first, away her concerns. Perhaps they are right. Ask my physician to investigate. Ask her state of health. She had a miscarriage one time. Oh dear. An imbecile's running to vet. After so many days of tests upon the poor Maharani, saying that came even this morning there's nothing wrong with her. I told you. Or with me, for that matter. Gives me a potion to invigorate my loins and says it will simply take time. For about a couple of months. Let's hope the potion works. Hey. Who gave them these privileges? But still. .99% war score. She's occupied all except he's reoccupying it back because, you know, he wants that bit of land. I mean, he has a claim to it. Rebellious province. Damn it. Do we not have a domain overseer? We've never appointed one. You're the man for the job. Oh dear. He may recruit here, but I got my hands full. It's just he's screwed right now. Claim Lakshman about the... Just waiting for this one to be subjugated, then I will swoop in and take that kingdom title. Not to mention gotta do something with all this wealth. That's enough. You sure? Sure. I mean, he's been screwing up with it, trying to get taxes from him as of late. Also, I'm not bothered of going up there to get him. I'm just waiting for that moment. Alright. Melee techniques can work with everything. As for this one, just these two. Why haven't we got that? Next time, late feudal administration. It's very important. That's for primogeniture for all the titles, for all the marbles. Okay, that's it. Oh no, he's leaving the Tibets, never mind. Restless province are moved now. Please, get rid of this. Very well. I've been stabbed a lot lately out of boredom. Oh dear. It's not everything, but I can't resist. As I said, not a healthy thing. I had a nice sword by exquisite art of Chinese silk, with the proper accessories in preparation for the treasure Sun Chen's arrival. However, as I welcomed him and his entourage, the sight of my new robe seemed to displease him. Later, the translator told me that I wore several attributes exclusive to the Emperor's family. Guards, find me the merchant responsible. We found something to do. Down here. There's a claim. Because of Thugko lives there now. We can get him, and this will definitely grow up size. As well as for the potential creation of the Empire of Bengal. The Bengal Empire. The Magadha Empire. Looks like you finally subjugated the area that you wanted. For parts of Bengal, but they still remain. Not so rebellious here. Because we just can't seem to handle everything these days. Smallpox is breaking out where? Down here. This thing keeps getting worse before it gets better. These pigtails are in front to our faith. Silliness. Oh dear. I'm losing my patience, honestly. No, no, no. Better to stay quiet. not investing my money in that. Just want a quick resolution of this war, then we can try to get things more stable around here. Otherwise, it's going to cause some real problems. I don't know what that is. Brilliant. We just want a quick resolution. And not a moment too soon. %. Only because there's a disease out there and it could potentially come up here. There. Got your land. Now it's part of the Gupta Kingdom. You're next when we subjugate you next. But Kamarupa first. And it's possible that I may have to lose my patience and get Kamarupa right now. I would be a truce breaker. I would not be seen highly. And all that. But don't you know how long this lasts? I can't wait 5 more years. Having Kamarupa is very important. Indranarayan's become a lunatic because of that gonorrhea. Poor bastard. Strong basilisk, he says. But most of them are positive with me, but I will break a truce very soon. And it's not gonna look good. You know, get ready to be in position to take over. I know it's not much, but it'll have to do. Restless province removed. Don't shoot yourself in the foot. An ill-fated move. I'm gonna put him out of his misery right now. I am going to break that truce. I want that kingdom right now. Truce breaker diplomacy 5. Just use the domain troops only, simply for the sake of not angering the vassals. And we cannot afford another war for this. At this time when so many areas are really riled up. No longer restless now. It's just this one's trouble. these two mandirs here. $100%. We got him. Three months. You can keep your land, but we're able to get it together. Now we must return. You've united the realm. Congratulations. Now I'm gonna have to start pleasing everybody here. So that's going to be until 895 is when you'll have 10 years, and I'll get to switch all the titles to primogeniture, the succession laws. So that way the realm will never split. Now they want to claim on Toshali to take advantage of their weakness. And when that war is over, that is the next place we'll subjugate. And it's most definitely going to be the time when the Bengal Empire will be created. Just like the olden days. Western India is a mess, but south and east, well, south is a bit of a mess too, but here it's starting to make more sense now on who holds what. So it's a step to the right direction now that the war between the brothers is over. Even though the truce brigade makes me look bad, but I still have high diplomacy. And hopefully, if she ever feels better. But if I turn 30 and if I don't get a son, I'll have to find another spouse. So I hope you join us in the next episode for the formation of the empire. But until then, so long for now.